Hello again, boys and girls. Today I'm going to read to you from In Jamaica Where I Live and Other Stories. And the story is called Do Not Play in the River Today. It was a holiday for Ben and his friends. "This is a pretty day," said Ben. "We must go and play." Ben went to his mother and said, "Mother, can I go with Roy and Sam to the river? We want to swim and play." His mother said, "You can go and play, but you must not play in the river today. You can play other things. You can play on the hill. You can go to Uncle G and pick mangoes off his tree." "Yes, Mother," said Ben. "We will play on the hill. We will play bat and ball. Then we will go to Uncle G. We will pick mangoes off his tree." Ben's mother said, "You can do all these things, but do not play in the river today." Ben and his friends then ran off to play. They ran up and down the green hill. Then they ran to the field. At the field, they played bat and ball. "I am hungry," said Ben. "Let us go to Uncle G and pick mangoes off his tree." The boys had to pass by the river before they came to the mango tree. Sam said, "Let us play and swim in the river today." "We can catch fish too," said Roy. Ben did not know what to say. His mother had told him they must not play in the river today. So Ben said, "My mother told me not to swim and play in the river today." "She will not know," Sam said. "Your mother is afraid of the river." "We are not afraid." "Don't go on like a little girl, Ben," Roy said. "Okay," said Ben. "We will take a little swim. We will catch a little fish. Then we can go to Uncle G and pick mangoes off the tree." The three boys took off their clothes. They ran and jumped into the river. Splash, splash, splash. Roy said, "See what I told you, Ben? This is so much fun in the hot sun." The boys talked and laughed. They splashed in the water. The water was cool and nice. They climbed up the waterfall and jumped down into the water. Then they went on the bank of the river and looked down. "Look," said Sam, "there is a little fish. Let us catch it." So they went into the water. Splash, splash, splash. Ben began to go after the fish. The fish went far out into the water. But Ben went too far. His foot could not touch the bed of the river. He tried to swim, but the river was too fast. "Help! Help!" called Ben. "The river is carrying me away." Ben began to cry. He thought he would die. Roy and Sam could not help Ben. Ben was too far out in the river. They were afraid. "Oh, what shall we do?" said Roy. "Ben will die." "Run, Roy, run," said Sam. "Go and call Ben's mother. I will stay here with him." Roy ran to Ben's mother. "Ben and I went into the river to play," he said. "Ben must get help right away." Ben's mother said, "Why didn't you hear? I said you should not play in the river today. Run quick and call Mr. Dan next door." Roy ran and called Mr. Dan. They all ran to the river to help Ben. Mr. Dan took a piece of rope. At the river, they saw Ben. Ben was holding onto a rock. When he saw his mother, he began to cry. "Oh, Mother, I do not want to die." Mr. Dan said, "Ben, do not cry. You will not die. Hold on to this rope. We will help you out of the river." Ben held on to the rope. Mr. Dan pulled him out of the river. "See," his mother said, "you did not hear me. I told you not to go to the river today." Ben held down his head and said, I did not hear you, mother. I will not do it again. The end.